Hey guys, welcome back. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys Leroy's pole work process. So this is the first ride that I had on him when he came to the barn before we owned him. And this is his first time seeing poles. So as you can see, he is very hesitant and my trainer had to lead him over. And over the past 6 to 8 months about, he has gotten so much better. And so I'm going to show you guys the process and kind of what I did. Alright, so for the next couple weeks, we do the pre-purchase exam. This is my first ever ride, officially owning him. One of the best days ever. So, I did a lot of watch trot on him, and one day I decided to just put out a pole and see how we'd feel about it. And he did super good. He just walked right over. I just had him walk over it a couple times, and it was really good.
Wait and see how he feels about it. Yeah, good boy. Good boy. Good boy, Leroy. Good boy.
So, as well as working on building his muscle, we worked on poles a lot in my lessons, and when I was just riding him, I put out 1 or 2. So, he was a little hesitant here, which is completely okay, but he was a whole lot better than he was the first time he saw 3 trot poles. You know, my trainer walked with us, but he was just kind of like, okay, this isn't so bad. A big part was staying patient and rewarding the little things. You know, if he walked over poles once or twice really good, that's it. He's done. He did really good, and you never want to push it. And over time, as you guys will see, he started to become more and more comfortable with the idea of walking over poles, and sometimes he would even trot. So, unfortunately, riding and pole work got stalled when we found out he had an abscess that lasted 3 weeks. During this time, he was on stall rest. He only went out for hand walks or, you know, to get his foot soaked, and slowly he was able to get into turnout, but only to the indoor arena or the outdoor arena because he couldn't be in mud, and unfortunately this was in mud season. Alright guys, also make sure to let me know if you want a video about his abscess, you know, how it was treated, how his recovery was, how we found it, all that type of stuff. So we finally got to our first ride. We started the recovery, and I won't go into that because this is about his pole work, but I decided that it'd be important to add this stuff because it did definitely make a difference. So again, we started off just walking over poles, doing a little bit of trotting over poles, and I did start off with, you know, the middle of the arena, doing different shapes. So by walking over poles and working on different shapes and things like that, when it came to doing lessons, it actually became a lot easier because he already knew what trot poles were. It was just adding the speed. And once he was able to do this pretty good in lessons, I would start doing it out of lessons as well to kind of help build that muscle. And of course, I also had started doing some free jumping, which he actually seemed to really like. So we had also done some canter pulls for the first time in this lesson, and he did absolutely amazing. And so I started also practicing canter pulls outside of lesson.
Yay!
Okay, reverse direction.
Alright, and then we found out about the horse show, so I practiced skeletal for the first time, which means he jumped for the first time. I also want to point out that throughout this whole video, you have seen, like, you know, different seasons. He's been fluffy, I've been wearing sweatshirts, tank tops, t-shirts. This has been over months and months. Everything happened very slowly. We never just pushed things on him. And we took it really, really slow, and I feel like that is definitely a key factor to how good he has done and how he is now jumping, because we took it slow and we never rushed.
Come on, Leroy, go! Go, Leah, go!
So of course we practiced canter pulls. I did some free jumping with him. I jumped in under saddle, English, obviously to see how he'd be. As you can see, he was super good. What it really came down to was time and patience. I feel like if you give a horse time and patience, any type of horse, they can 100% do pole work and even potentially jump, unless of course there's a medical condition. But if you give them the confidence that they need to jump, and you give them the time, and of course physically they have enough muscle, and you know, you give them all the tools they need,
What's Judy?
Steady, look up. Look up. Atta boy.
Definitely one of the biggest things I would say that has contributed to his success is groundwork. Free lunging is what I'm doing in this clip, and not only just free lunging, but you know, lunging them over poles, setting up trap poles, setting up canter poles, walking with them over poles, walking with them over raised poles, backing them up over poles. All these things will help them when you do it under saddle. So as I have worked with him and, you know, I've figured out how to kind of help build a horse's muscle, I've definitely found that groundwork, or starting with groundwork, is really, really helpful when you're trying to do something new. so crazy to me that Leroy started off as a horse that was scared of poles, and now I am catering him bareback in a halter, and as you guys are about to see, I even do a little jump with him.